Rooted and Rising family, welcome back. Take a deep breath. Center yourself. As always, remember, this is a collective message, so only take what resonates. Everything is not meant for everybody. And when I mention masculine or feminine, I am speaking strictly about energies, not gender. So, Spirit delivered a powerful and layered message, one rooted in truth, release, legacy, clarity, and a profound shift in emotional and material stability. For many, this message reflects someone walking away from an old chapter, making major life decisions, ending unhealthy patterns, and stepping into a new timeline aligned with emotional fulfillment and long term commitment. Angel number 316 came through as well. And it speaks directly to trusting your intuitive nudges, releasing fear, and making decisions that lead to abundance and stable love. Keep that number in your mind as we move through this reading. Let's walk card by card. Three of Swords, the breaking point. We begin with the Three of Swords, and this sets the emotional stage instantly. This is heartbreak, disappointment, a painful truth finally surfacing. For many in the Rooted and Rising family, this is the moment you could no longer pretend. The moment the illusion fell away. The moment Spirit said, see this clearly. From the Unspoken Truth Oracle deck, the message, you moved on, haven't you? That card was pulled. This sits directly on top of the Three of Swords from the Tarot. It suggests someone else feels the shift. Someone who senses you pulling away emotionally, even if they haven't said it out loud. And the Kipper deck, that Oracle deck, intensifies this with this card, message of concern, bad news, disappointment, emotional disruption. For some, this card literally represents receiving unexpected information, a truth, a confession, or a revelation that cracked the facade. But Spirit is not showing this to hurt you. This pain is the catalyst for transformation. All right. Well, let's move on to the Eight of Cups from the Tarot, the walkaway. Following the heartbreak comes emotional detachment. The Eight of Cups is your soul saying, I can't stay in what drains me. This is the conscious decision to walk away from a cycle that no longer nourishes you. It's the refusal to self-abandon. And from the Unspoken Truth Oracle deck, the card, I won't lie, I still check up on you sometimes. This tells us someone you emotionally left behind is still watching, still attached, still unsettled by your departure. The Kipper Oracle deck adds to this with change, relocation, moving on, new lifestyle. For some in the Rooted and Rising family, this is a literal movement. For others, it's emotional migration, shifting into a higher, healthier version of self. And here's where the angel number 316 or 316 begins whispering. Release the fear of loss. Walk towards stability. Trust what you let go of is making space for what truly aligns, okay? So don't be afraid of the walk away. We have the heartache from the Three of Swords. That's the breaking point. You realize, hey, this ain't it. Can't do this anymore. And then Eight of Cups brings the walk away, which just is emotional detachment. I am no longer emotionally detached. I may physically still be here, but I have emotionally walked away. And it can also represent both the emotional and physical walk away. Like, this is enough. Enough is enough. All right. Now we move on to the King of Pentacles, the stable masculine energy. Now the reading shifts into grounded energy. The King of Pentacles represents stability, maturity, commitment, financial responsibility, a masculine energy ready to build, not play. This is someone who wants longevity, someone who values what lasts, someone who chooses substance over chaos. From the Romance Angels deck, we have wedding. This situation involves marriage. Combined with the King of Pentacles, Spirit is showing a masculine energy who takes partnerships seriously, someone who, once healed and aligned, sees you long term. The Kipper deck supports this with the card Privileged Woman, Wealth, Beauty, Comfort. This card often appears when someone sees you as the one they want to commit to, someone who aligns with their vision of a stable and abundant future. Then we move to the Ten of Pentacles from the Tarot, the legacy connection, right? We have the Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. This is a very stable masculine energy. And then we move to the Ten of Pentacles. That expands on the King's energy into something generational. All right. This is family, legacy, marriage, stability, long-term investments, building a home, building a life together. You know, we're not just together playing around. We are building something and we're building it together. This is not a temporary energy. This is not a casual energy. This is someone thinking decades into the future. And yet the Romance Angels Oracle deck, finances and career, shows financial issues affecting a relationship. For some, a partner's responsibilities, debt, divorce, settlement, child support, or job instability is a part of the delay. And this deepens with the Kipper Oracle deck. It gives adjudication, which is legal decisions, judges, settlements, divorce, separation, that type of thing. So you may have a masculine energy that is, you know, dealing with some of those things and settling some of those things. Many of you are connected to someone who is ending a legal or relational chapter, a marriage, a living situation, long-term partnership, before they can build something stable with you. So this person, especially them, you know, being represented by the King of Pentacles, is going to want to get all those things stable before they come to you, especially if they view you as someone they can build with. So if they're leaving something they couldn't build with and they're moving to you, they're not going to want to do that without clearing some things up, because they are a stable energy themselves. So they're not going to jump into something prematurely and start it on something unstable for us to get what? A tower moment and it to crumble. This person may come towards you slowly, but it's because they will clear out all of the things that will either hinder or block the long-term stability that they see with you. Okay? And I got a little off there, but I'm just letting you know this is a stable energy. So they may be getting some things together before they move towards you, for those of you who are wondering what the delay is. All right? Again, angel numbers 316 here in this situation means your faith and your decisions around relationships are leading you into abundance. Release fear around finances and trust the divine plan. And most of all, trust divine timing, because if you are dealing with an energy who has just went through all of these things and they're coming towards you, to them you represent 10 of Pentacles, the legacy connection. They are going to want to get things stabilized before they move in your direction. So the movement may be very slow, but it still is movement. It's not rejection. It's not lack of passion and love and wanting to run to you. They are a stable energy and they know that they cannot come to you half-baked. Okay? And now we move on to the Ace of Swords. We have the clarity and truth. This is breakthrough, sharp truth, mental clarity, a decision finally being made. It's the moment everything becomes undeniable. From the Unspoken Truth Oracle deck, trust your gut. It's rarely wrong. This is your confirmation. Spirit is endorsing your intuition. You are not imagining the energy shifts. You're not imagining the emotional distance. You are not imagining the truth behind someone else's silence. Again, you're dealing with a King of Pentacles type of energy. And the Kipper Oracle deck card thief appears here, symbolizing something being taken, lost time, emotional or financial depletion, a partner who felt drained by another situation. Again, we had the King of Pentacles that sees you as the Ten of Pentacles, but also had some different cards from the other oracle decks within that Ten of Pentacles, because they see you as legacy. They want to build something with you. They know they can build something with you. They know that you're the kind of person who is going to move in the same direction as they are moving and not opposite. But they may be dealing with some legal issues, settlements, some things that they want to get stabilized before they move towards you. Okay, so it's not that you're imagining the energy shifts, emotional distance, and why somebody's being silent. They want to get stabilized before they move to you. All right, so something has been taken, lost time, emotional, financial depletion, a partner who felt drained by another situation. They need to get that together first before they move to you, because you represent the Ten of Pentacles in their lives, and they are King of Pentacles, and so they're not going to want to do that to you. All right, then we move on to the Nine of Cups from the tarot, the emotional satisfaction. This is personal wish fulfillment. After truth comes emotional clarity. So we get the truth of a situation from the Ace of Swords. This is you choosing what genuinely fills your heart. So you pouring into you. You are wish fulfillment. The Nine of Cups is the moment you stop needing external validation and begin honoring your internal truth. It's the emotional, yes. It's the soul's exhale. And then angel number 316 supports this message. When you align with truth, you align with abundance. This is spirit rewarding your emotional honesty. All right. And it's almost like the masculine energy from the King of Pentacles, where the oracle cards were pointing to some things that they were trying to deal with, has paused them coming towards you, giving you the opportunity for the Ace of Swords, which is this clarity moment in your own self to become your own wish fulfillment, so that when the King of Pentacles energy arrives for you, it's not coming in the I was about to say something, I don't know if YouTube wants me to say that anyway, coming in the energy of, the damsel in distress that needs to be rescued. You are your own personal wish fulfillment. And now you are choosing what genuinely fills your heart. And so you don't need external validation. So it's like you're solidifying yourself and getting yourself ready for this King of Pentacles energy, okay? I don't know. No, I'm not going to even say what I was thinking there. I'm just going to let that one go. All right, then we move on. Page of Pentacles, the practical start. So now we move on to that. This is a message, an offer, a new beginning rooted in practicality. The Page of Pentacles is someone showing up with a proposal, a plan, a next step, a grounded gesture, something small. All right. Then the Kipper card, courtship, aligns here, showing someone wanting to take things seriously, dating intentionally, moving with purpose, and establishing a real foundation. So after we have gotten, the King of Pentacles energy, that masculine energy has gotten it together, has cleaned all that stuff up, they come with a small gesture. You've also gotten your clarity about a situation, and you have decided to be your own wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. So in a sense, you both have grounded yourselves. Then we have the Page of Pentacles, okay? That's the movement and the practical start. Something small. Courtship, right? Showing that they want to take something seriously, dating intentionally, moving with purpose, and establishing a real foundation. So this is not a fantasy love. This is measured, again, in steady. This is measured, steady and intentional, all right? Because it seems like you're dealing with a earth energy here, a King of Pentacles energy. They do love and love greatly, but they're also very practical. All right. So we move on to the Lovers. Again, it's not like love isn't here. The Lovers, this is the soul decision. The Lovers doesn't just represent romance. It's a choice, a decision. All right. So we reach the heart of the reading. The Lovers is a choice. It's a union, a decision between two paths. Now, for some, you or your counterpart are choosing between an old connection and a soul aligned connection. All right. From the Kipper, the card Fairy Tale Love sits here, showing a connection that feels magical, destined, and transformative, but also complicated and layered. And complicated makes sense because there is legal energy, right? Emotional endings, a past partner watching or lingering, someone making a major life transition. Hence, again, your counterpart, or maybe even you, are choosing between old connection, as in you're getting rid of the old connection and moving to a soul aligned connection. All right, someone making a major life transition. This is a connection that is real and profound, but not simple. Then we have the Three of Wands from the Tarot, the expansive vision. This is forward movement, planning, waiting for the right moment, watching the horizon. Someone is thinking about a future with you. They are imagining what life would look like if they chose you fully. All right. They have started with the small gesture, the courtship, and they're looking over the horizon. For those of you who knows what the Three of Wands look like in the tarot, and they're imagining what life would look like if they chose you fully. So if the courtship went beyond just courtship. With Kipper's imprisonment card showing constraints they're currently in, obligations, finances, legal matters, emotional guilt, we see why this future has been delayed. But with the Three of Wands shows hope, possibilities, strategic steps. Angel number 316 ties perfectly into this card. Your manifestations are unfolding. Trust the timing. All right, Five of Pentacles. The feeling of lost. And for those who know what this looks like in the tarot, we know that it usually shows like a person, I believe in a child, walking away. You know what I mean? They're just walking away. They're, they look worn and worn out. It usually represents some type of like poverty. But we will close with the Five of Pentacles. It's the feeling of lost. This would be the wound that must be acknowledged, okay? The Five of Pentacles is feeling abandoned, feeling shut out, feeling unsupported, financial stress, emotional isolation. For some, your counterpart is in this energy due to their failing relationship, their legal situation, or their own emotional turmoil. You know, when you go through heartache or let's say a breakup, even if that person was just horrible, you know what I mean? It isn't like you don't feel some type of emotional isolation, some emotional wounds regarding that thing. And not that you will be blaming yourself. It is a loss. You were emotionally entangled with this person. You had high hopes. You may have poured in more than you got. And that does take a toll on you. You feel a loss. It's not that you yearn for that person again, but you do feel the loss, right? So anyway, your counterpart for some may be in this energy due to a failing relationship, legal situation, or their own emotional turmoil. And again, the Kipper Oracle deck card, despair reinforces this. Exhaustion, jealousy, grief, hopelessness. There's also a sense of someone feeling like they've lost you or missed their chance, like a missed opportunity. All right. This ties us back to the unspoken truth from that Oracle deck. You moved on, haven't you? All right. There's a fear here. There's a fear of losing you. There's a fear of not being enough or not being ready, especially if they just got out of something and that something was horrible and emotionally damaging, financially damaging in all the ways it could be damaging. And then they see you once, you want to move towards you. That's the one. But then they've got all this stuff to deal with. And you think, man, you moved on, I bet. You're such a wonderful, rooted and rising family are filled with divine feminines and masculines that are just, earth angels. So their divine counterparts is like, oh my Lord, I've lost them. Because they're so magnificent. The world sees them. They have their choice. You moved on, haven't you? So there's fear here. Again, fear of losing you, fear of not being enough, fear of not being ready. But Spirit is saying the ending they are moving through is necessary. They've got to get through it. It's necessary. And I believe, rooted in rising, that you're very intuitive, like myself. All right? You're very intuitive, like myself. You know what they're dealing with. You know what your divine counterpart is dealing with, for those, because usually you have a soul connection, so you feel it. So you are not just moving on and dating willy-nilly here. So, but the fear is still real because of how wonderful you are and how you are a once in a lifetime moment, and they know it. All right. So anyway, it's not saying that y'all are out here just doing the most, rooted in rising family, but you are beautiful in so many ways and rare, and they have a real fear of losing you because of this situation they've got to iron out before they come to you. But again, Spirit is saying the ending they're moving through is necessary, and usually you know it. Usually you've known it from the start. You've probably known it from the beginning. You've probably seen what was going to happen from the beginning, the very first moment you met. The very first time it occurred, you already knew what was coming. You already knew what they were going to deal with. You already knew what was going to happen. You already knew what cycle was going to close, and you already knew what they were going to go through before they could come to you. So anyway, I guess that just poured out of me to give you encouragement. You know, you're wonderful and they don't want to lose you. Okay, but again, the ending is necessary, not just for them, but for you, because he gave you the opportunity to ground yourself, to clear things out on your behalf before they come, for you to be your own wish fulfillment, so that they weren't coming to you having to just pour into you. Because remember, Two of Cup energy, even though that card was not pulled for this reading, divine partnership is Two of Cup energy. You pour into each other. And if you haven't poured into yourself, they come to you grounded, they come to you ready, and you're not ready, then we're back to this unequal, unreciprocated relationship where you got one person doing all the pouring and one doing all the taking. So you yourself, as divine as you are, all right, as a real earth angel, as a real emperor, you still had work to do for yourself. So this was necessary for them to go through this transition so you could go through yours. Okay, so the detachment you choose is leading you into alignment. And angel number 316 reminds you, release the fear, trust transformation. You are being guided towards stability and love. All right, as always, rooted and rising family. Stay rooted, stay rising, and aligned with all the divine gifts ahead.